See these? They represent the black zodiac. They represent the ghost that Cyrus needed to catch. The firstborn son. The torso. The bound woman. The withered lover. The torn prince. The angry princess. The pilgrimess. The great child and the dire mother. The hammer. And here, the sign of hell's winter. The jackal. And the juggernaut. According to Basilius, the machine required the energy of these specific spirits in order to bring it to life. Once it engages, the spirits are released one by one. The house then draws them to its center. Each one adds its energy to the machine, powering it up.
Powering it up for what?
To open the Ocularis Infernum.
The Ocularis, what's that?
It's Latin. Ocularis. The eye of hell?
I'm sorry, family, Kathy, Bobby, Uncle, Ghost. I am sick of this nanny shit. I've had it. This was not in the job description. I quit!
Welcome everyone, I'm Heath.
And I'm Jay.
And you're listening to Host of Horrors, show where we discuss and review horror films based off predetermined themes of the month. Jay!
Hey guys. So this film we talked about today. Alright, so thematically, right up my alley when it comes to a lot. So it's very Y2K, it hurts. It hurt my soul sometimes seeing this because you can just smell the mid-2000s funk in this. But I think that's where the charm lies in this. So, I'm ready to talk about it. Let's talk about it, y'all. We are talking about 13 Ghosts, directed by a certain Steve Beck, written by Rob White and Neil Marshall Stevens, and others.
This movie sucked.
Alright, so obviously we got a hater amongst our ranks today. So let me tell you about how I feel about it. So I didn't really expect much going into it, but it's like from the first frame, you, like I said, you can just smell the millennium era in this. It's everything that you would think of a horror movie, and a particularly like campy one at that. In 2000, it's everything that you expect out of it. It's very glitchy when it comes to its editing, very sporadic, very like, I don't know how do you explain it. It's like watching one of those music videos where everything is very speed rampy, light flashy, and it's almost like a seizure. Like, someone here did say that it could have been a great film. They did say it's good. They said it was great for a certain thing, but we're going to talk about later once we get into the real nitty gritty of it.
No, I didn't say, I said it had a possibility to be okay if it had better writers.
You
and
did
better
not
directors.
say it had the possibility to be okay. You said it was a good film and it could have been a great film.
No, I said it was entertaining. Good and entertaining are two different things.
Anyway.
This is my first time watching this movie. Now, I like horror movies. I love horror movies. I have avoided this like the fucking plague. Okay? I know all the little backstories about the ghosts. I know each and every single one that were released on the special features for the DVD. I know all that shit. I know the lore of this movie. So I'm like, yeah, good premise. This could be good. This movie was awful. This movie was dog shit. This movie was directed by the same man who directed Ghost Ship. Okay? Fucking Ghost Ship. I've seen that abomination. And now I've seen this one. This movie was bad. But it was entertaining because Matthew Lillard was in it.
Oh, yeah. So, Matthew Lillard, the man who plays Monk, who Like, it took me a little
Tony
bit
Shalhoub.
it took me a little bit to realize who it was.
Put some respect on that name.
On Tony Shalhoub's name. Okay, before I go any further, I just want to see what else he's done besides Monk.
He was in Wings.
He was in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
He was in the 20... Oh my god, he was Splinter in the 2014 Ninja Turtles.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Well, that's don't slander his name like that.
He was also in Central Park on Apple TV Plus. There's a lot I gotta watch. Because apparently he was in Cars 3. Wow, he's actually done a good bit of things, and
Yeah.
I feel bad that he hasn't been in more prominent things.
I feel bad he was in this movie.
It's 2001. Let's put it out there. You can tell this movie was made in 2001. It's a very 2000s movie. It's a very, like, turn of the century, probably had trouble getting this funding for about at least 3 years before somebody was all like, you know what? Let's put some money into this thing.
Actually,
and get
no.
some A-list actors in this.
Actually, no. This was one of the things where, okay, so they were doing a thing where they were taking old horror movies and remaking them. They did it with House on Haunted Hill, which was a William Castle produced, I think it's 1950s, 1960s horror movie. It's the one where, because William Castle, he was always trying to do spectacles in the theater. So House on Haunted Hill, he actually tied a skeleton to a rope and swung it in the audience when that part of the movie came up. And for this one, 13 Ghosts, which they made another remake for, the whole idea was they gave them like basically 3D glasses, and you could only see the ghost with the glasses on if you dare. So no, I think it was like Dark Castle Productions or something like that. They were trying their damnedest to make this shit work. The problem is both of those movies, which I have a soft spot for House on Haunted Hill. I kind of dig it, even though I know it's garbage. These movies just didn't work out. These movies were really bad, but entertainingly bad. Like I said, I don't like this movie, but I probably would watch it again because it was kind of fun.
Okay, I'm looking through the trivia, and apparently the special effects and sound mixing were so elaborate in this film that many people claim that this movie was physically painful to sit through.
I concur. You know, okay, so I kind of felt like they were trying to do the whole flashy visual seizure effect because that's what Matthew Lillard's character Dennis was going through as the psychic, because you can clearly tell it pains him to have these experiences. So I can kind of see that. But then they kept the shit fucking going. Even when it wasn't like him having the visions, even when it was just like the ghost attacking, you know, they have the glasses on, you can see the fucking ghost, yet they still had the flashy strobe light visuals. And it's like, please, for the love of God, stop.
I honestly feel like that was just because of how the ghosts were in general. So I was like, okay, I see it. It is kind of charming.
No.
I like the charm of it. But I've also slept on this film, and after watching it, I slept on it, and I was like, okay, I don't think it's a cinematic masterpiece, but I actually got a little bit of joy out of it, okay? So let's dig into the plot.
Okay, so the plot is you have... Oh, what was his first name? Something Cyrus. The uncle.
Cyrus. I'm talking about Cyrus, the Criticos family.
Yeah, the Criticos, that's it.
The Criticos.
So Uncle Cyrus is this ghost hunter looking for 12 ghosts. And the movie starts with him and Dennis, Matthew Lillard's character, finding the Juggernaut. You okay there, Jay? You having a moment? You thinking about Matthew Lillard in that dope-ass suit?
I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment here. Okay. Moment done. Let's
Moment
go.
done?
The moment done.
Matthew Lillard's in a pretty dope suit. Anywho, so they're in this junkyard. They're looking for this mass serial killer or he was a mass serial killer, and then he turned into a ghost, started killing more people. Yada, yada, yada. Called the Juggernaut, which is part of the Black Zodiac, which we'll get into more in a little bit. And this just god-awful opening credits scroll that pained me to watch
It was giving either school project or, as of right now, straight to, not even straight. No, actually, I was about to say, I was right. Straight to DVD, even with a Netflix. This is something that I feel like would have gone to straight to DVD or straight to like Tubi.
Yeah, it looks a lot like our videos. Um,
We're getting better. We promise. Promise.
uh,
Anyway, so it goes into basically the whole process of trying to basically catch a ghost, with Cyrus being the freaking megalomaniac millionaire or whatever that he is, basically abusing his assistant. Be like, no, you're gonna do this thing. You're gonna tell me where everyone's at. And with Devin, it was a Dennis.
Dennis. It was
Dennis's
Dennis.
character, he has visions of where people have been murdered at. So he kind of
Well, he's psychic. He can see
psychic,
ghosts. Yeah. He can feel things.
He's like a medium.
Yeah, so he uses Dennis to locate the ghosts.
And doesn't treat him nicely either.
Or pay him. And so while they're looking for the Juggernaut, these two other ghost hunters show up. And they're against Cyrus, saying Cyrus is a bad guy. He's doing the wrong thing because ghosts don't need to be in prison. They need to be set free, even though this ghost was literally a fucking murderer. Anywho.
This is giving me like hippies. It's like, oh, they need to be free, man. Everything needs to be free. And I'm like, I don't think this is the right time to be like, everything should be free.
Yeah, it's like the Jurassic World sequel where they try to make it seem sympathetic that you need to release the dinosaurs onto the world because they're living creatures, when you just fucking released dinosaurs onto the world.
Dinosaurs that...
You know what else are living creatures? Fucking humans. And we don't do too well in these Jurassic Park movies.
No, and we're supposed to be at the top of the food chain. Supposed to be.
So, but luckily, one of the ghost hunters dies. The other one declares vengeance upon Cyrus. But she can't do that because then Cyrus dies. But they captured the ghost, so everything's okay, I guess. But Cyrus is dead. So, don't really know what was going on there. But we have a Juggernaut.
And Matthew Lillard in his wonderful, wonderful mid-2000s acting ability. Okay, I love the fact that he was so dramatic, but it worked.
What happened? Because Matthew Lillard is a good actor.
What
happened was he probably read the script, saw who was directing it, saw the last movie this fucker directed, and went, okay, ham it up. Gotcha.
But
it's that kind of movie.
It's kind of the same thing that he kind of did for Scream. He kind of hams it up on Scream.
But it works. It's not like, oh my God. He basically is going up to, he's not devouring the scene. He's not even chewing the scene. He's fucking making a buffet out of that scene.
Mm-hmm. He ate. And
so Cyrus is dead. And basically that leaves the house to Tony Shalhoub's character. And
Arthur Criticos.
Artie, another Arthur,
who basically is reeling and having a step back from a lot after a fire basically kills his wife
and burned down his house.
Now they're in an old apartment. He's a math teacher. He's poor, and his family and nanny, which I'm pretty sure he spends all his money on.
Yeah, Raw Digga, who is she's a hip hop artist. Who she was like what is that group's name? It was ran by Busta Rhymes.
No, she's in Flipmo.
Flipmo. Yeah, Busta Rhymes. I thought he didn't like run it, but it was.
That's kind of his thing. That he's like the face of it, so he does kind of like run it.
Okay,
but yeah, anyway, that's his squad.
Yeah, she was great in this movie.
And
her and Matthew were really good.
That was her debut role, right? I think
she was in this movie. She was also in, I think it was like a Hip Hop Witch. I think that's the name of the movie.
She hasn't really been in much like acting wise. A lot of it. Oh, she was in Carmen, a hip hop. Okay, she was in Carmen, a hip opera, which everyone knows is one of Beyonce's first roles. And I'm just like, my girl.
Oh,
My girl, that is not a good movie to start in. I'm sorry. I
She
love
was great in this
Beyonce,
movie.
but my God, no, she was great. She was hilarious, but like, she was also literally like, she was. I'm not gonna say she was a stereotype, but like, she was basically like one of like three people who were trying to be voices of reason, and like she got forced to roll with the punches because she got stuck in there because she was trying to be the best nanny she can be so she can get some coin. And
She wasn't even trying to do that. No, she was just the nanny, and then the doors closed, and she said, "Fuck them kids."
she said fuck all of this.
No, yeah,
And
she
I'm
said,
here
"Fuck
for
them
it.
kids." The dad was like, "We need to find the kids," and she's like, "Nah, fuck that. We need to find a way out. Respect. Fuck them kids." Anywho,
I get it though. I mean, like, but at the same time, I'm like, girl, you can probably get another job easily, I guess.
yeah, but she's locked in a house now with ghosts.
Yeah, no. I want to react. I would have reacted probably the same way. But like, I do not react well with ghosts. Nope.
But anyway, so Tony Shalhoub's character Arthur is, like Jay said, living in this little rinky-dink little apartment, and a lawyer shows up one day and is like, "Hey, you get a free house, and you don't have to worry about money for the rest of your life because your Uncle Cyrus dies."
That is
Died.
so good to be true. Which, like, how would you have like? They knew he existed, right? They
Knew he existed, but he was the nut of the family.
Okay, so he was the weird uncle. Okay,
Yeah. But anyway, so they're like, yeah, okay, free house. Definitely fucking need that right now because this apartment's not working. I'm tripping over scooters and shit, getting all angry.
And no, and like it's because of was it Bobby and Kathy? I think that's her name. Kathy.
It was Elizabeth Shannon and Boy Child.
Anyway, basically, like I thought the kid was so weird.
Yeah, he was very weird and his acting was very stilted.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's because I think he thought he was gonna be like in the Disney DCOM of the early 2000s, which means it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about acting. I could just do whatever.
That's no excuse. There are good child actors. Be one.
This is good child actors in 2001. Good child actors didn't exist in the middle of the mid 2000s.
Excuse me,
Besides
motherfucker.
Holes.
The Sixth Sense came out before then.
Okay.
Signs came out before then.
Okay.
Those motherfuckers were in an M. Night Shyamalan. They were reading M. Night Shyamalan
Shyamalan
dialogue and was
film.
still better than this
It's an M.
child.
Night Shyamalan film, first of all.
Yeah,
so
the dialogue
take
is
that
fucking
all
shitty,
the way out.
and he's like, "Hey,
We're not
any
doing
little
M. Night
personality
Shyamalan right
you
now.
have, no personality.
We're not having an
You're
M.
not
Night
a
Shyamalan
human.
month yet. We don't talk about M. Night Shyamalan yet.
You are not a human. You're in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. No emotions."
No.
Anywho, they go to this weird little fucking house.
Dude, that house is it's
so dope.
always a architect's wet dream.
All
Or
the fucking
nightmare. I don't know.
All the budget went towards that house, and it was worth it.
Honestly, like they only really needed 3 sets. The house, the apartment, and the outside. That was like the only 3 set pieces they needed.
Yep. But it was worth it. All that money towards that, worth it. That was probably like the best part of the movie was that house design. Matthew Lillard's there dressed up as an electrician. And basically he's there to sneak into the house, find some money because Cyrus owes him a shitload of money. They go into the house. Arthur and the rest of the kids, Boy Child and Shannon Elizabeth, go roaming around. The nanny, what was her name? I don't even remember her name. Was
The
Gabby?
nanny? Maggie.
It was Rob. Maggie? Okay.
Maggie.
Maggie goes roaming around. They all go roaming around, looking around the place. So Shaggy goes down, and he's looking for money, but he don't find no money.
Sir, not I just realized what you said. No, not Shaggy.
Not
the
Shaggy?
role that he'll be defined as for the next 20 years of his life.
It's not Shaggy? Okay, I'm sorry.
He's not Shaggy yet. He won't be
Okay.
Shaggy till 2002.
All right, I'm sorry. Stu goes down looking for money.
Better.
Goes down looking for money, but he don't find no money. No, he finds ghosts. 12 ghosts to be exact.
Wait, are you talking about Shaggy Dude or are you talking about Lawyer Dude?
No, Lawyer Dude is later. Lawyer Dude knows about the ghosts because he's part of the plan.
Okay. I was like, wait, because yeah, you're right. They go down there, like it's like all ghosts and stuff, and he has one of his visions and almost gets beat down by it. Well, I think one of the ghosts is was it the Lone Prince?
No, none of them. Yeah, well,
thought
the
one of
Lone
them, like-
Prince, he's still caged up, but yeah,
one of
he's
them,
hitting the glass
hits
with
the one, and Matthew Lillard, Devin, bless his soul, has one of those vision seizures. I feel like it has to hurt.
Yeah,
It
and that's
has
why I
to
feel like the
hurt.
editing makes sense when he's having the vision. I can get that. I can respect that. The rest of the movie, do not respect. It hurts. Stop it. Stop what you're doing, good sir.
This whole movie was wild, y'all.
So Lillard goes up, running, panicking, and he's like, okay, dude, Monk, you need to listen to me. Fuck this shit. Get your kids. Get out. There are ghosts. And he explains everything that Cyrus and him been doing for the past couple of years, and the lawyer's like, well, fuck, my job's done, and he bounces.
Do you think that Cyrus told him the full story?
No.
The full story at all of
No,
Cyrus
because
is doing?
remember, so the lawyer, once he bounces, he goes downstairs. He knows about the ghost, but when he goes to get the money that he's told its location of, he grabs it, but it also sets off the machine. So he didn't know he was setting the machine off. He just knew, he just told to take them there, grab the money, and get the fuck out. That's what I'm thinking.
Is if he was a little bit faster, he could have gotten the money and ran.
No, if he didn't tease Big Titty Ghost, he probably would have escaped. But no, he had to tease Big Titty Ghost, and Big Titty Ghost made him pause for a minute, causing the coolest death in the fucking movie, that
Ooh.
sliding glass death.
How sharp does that glass have to be in order for him to just like perfectly get cut like that? Like, there's I just
sideways
wonder.
too.
Yeah, so I'm like, I couldn't watch. I literally could not watch the screen because as campy as it looked, I was like, I felt all of the squeakiness. I felt everything as I was like hearing it, and everything decided for me to just shudder and look away, like, and put my hand towards the front of the screen. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this moment.
I loved every minute of it. It was tasty.
It was gross.
So, lawyer's dead. At this point, Monk starts to believe Shaggy, and they're like, okay, let's find the kids. But whoa, kids ain't there. Where'd the kids go? They ended up, roaming around, not doing what Monk told them to do. And everybody knows you don't do what Monk tells you to do, bad guys get loose.
All right, let's talk about that one scene with Bobby and him basically going down to the basement and like following the ghosts as they halfway lure him, halfway don't.
Yeah, one's luring him down there, the other one's telling him to run away. Go get your dad.
And I think as if you find out that like then at that moment, bless his heart, he was just trying to do a podcast. He was trying to be like us, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all he was trying to do. He was very interested in death. Very interested in death, which that's a weird thing for a kid to be interested in, but to each his own.
He just needed therapy and a platform
to
I don't all his nonsense too. But this was in 2001 before the internet.
See, I think being interested in death is okay. Being interested in killing, that's a different thing. That's therapy. Death, killing, two different things.
True. Therapy still. We all need therapy. Anyway.
I don't need therapy. I'm perfectly insane.
That moment, though, when he got basically abducted by I think it was Cyrus. It was Cyrus that did it. Because you see a split image of Cyrus before he disappears and then Bobby disappears. And that part just kind of sets off.
You just ruined the big twist reveal, Jay. Ooh. Cyrus ain't dead, y'all.
What reveal? What do you mean reveal? I just thought that his ghost popped up. Because obviously there's a lot of ghosts in here, including that one ghost that was going to him and telling him, hey, you got to get out and find your dad, which looks like is may or may not be his mom, Jean.
No, it's his mom. It's already revealed. It was his mom. Point. It was already revealed at that point.
So yeah, his mom was like, yeah, he's there.
Gone.
Please, hey, go. And then she's all like, nah, and yeah, I felt bad for the kid because he was just trying to start his career as a freaking horror podcaster.
Yeah, but to also be fair, you hear disembodied voices in the basement and you follow it. You kind of deserve to be abducted.
No.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
don't get abducted.
Children,
even
if you hear disembodied voices at any point and you go towards them, if you get abducted, just go, okay, yeah, that's on me.
I was caught slipping. If I died, that's on me. He caught me slipping.
So they go on a massive hunt looking for the kids. They find one of them, Shanna and Elizabeth, in the bathroom. Big titty ghost almost got her, but...
Oh, yeah, because of that beautiful looking bathroom, which actually has a lot of blood, which says, I'm sorry. I wonder why it says I'm sorry. That's what I'm wondering.
So if you're going off Big Titty Ghost, her backstory is she had this mental illness where she didn't see herself. She always found imperfections about herself. So she did like a lot of plastic surgery, yada, yada, yada.
Anorexia, body dysmorphia, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Well, there came to a point where she found a fake imperfection on her face, so she tried to fix it herself, botched the job, and basically went blind in one eye. And because of that, she ended up killing herself. So that's kind of her back. All the ghosts have backstories, which I'm not going to get into because there's like thousands of videos on YouTube on the backstories of the ghosts. Go check them out because that's 1,000 times more interesting than this movie.
That's heavy, man. That's heavy. And also, man, what positive thing can you say about this movie besides Matthew Lillard and Monk and Rodiga? Besides the acting.
It had a chance to be good.
Sir! Anyway.
I like the ghosts. The ghosts are really cool. The ghost backstories are really, really cool. I like the idea of, what was his name? Babylon. Babascalit, blah, blah, blah. Basilius. That guy that got possessed by the devil and made the Oculus Inferna, that was fucking cool. All of that's cool. Fucking ghost hunters and people trapping ghosts with spells bound against the wall. That's really fucking cool. No, it's not cool. This fucking movie.
You really hate this movie.
This movie was bad. No, it's why it's bad. No, like honestly, if they didn't have all the cool shit hidden in the background, and I could see a reason for this movie to exist, I could see a reason for this movie to be good. If they didn't have any of that cool shit in it, I'd be like, yeah, it was entertaining. Matthew Lillard was good. But no, they had all that cool shit. I can see the potential. This is Wonder Woman all over again. Literally, no. I like Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman a lot. I would have loved Wonder Woman if fucking Ares showed up. She realizes, oh, hey, I can't kill him because you know what? War is always going to happen because humans are evil. No, instead, we get a big CGI boss battle at the end and it's fucking stupid. It is ruined. What would have been cool? She goes to stab Ares, the sword disintegrates, and he goes, I'm inevitable, like fucking Thanos. But here's the thing, he actually is fucking inevitable, and he just vanishes. It's a fucking villain you can't defeat because he's always going to be there. That's cool. That's an idea that's right there, and it could have made a perfect movie. But instead of a fucking perfect movie, you get average with a really good scene. The No Man's Land scene, beautiful. Love that scene. Movie, okay, as a whole. This movie had a potential to be great, had a potential to be good even. Nope. Instead, they got Matthew Lillard and made it okay.
The last time we watched this movie, he said it was good and it could have been great.
That's a lie.
And I guess he thought about it, and now I was like, oh, this movie is horrible.
It's entertaining. I wouldn't say it's horrible. It's entertaining. You should watch it. I'm not going to say don't watch it. I'm not going to say it's like hot garbage, but yeah, it's pretty hot garbage.
I think my favorite scenes are when we get reintroduced to old girl.
Yeah, so a bunch of shit. This movie kind of like
has a lot going on.
It has a lot, but not a lot at the same time. So they look for Bobby downstairs, split up, yada yada yada, and Monk,
I don't know you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Monk almost dies, but supernatural ghost witch shows up to save the day with
Jackal
flares.
Like was cutting the
Dude,
living
Jackal
shit
was
out of
fucking
everybody.
Elizabeth Shannon up. No, the Jackal's backstory is really cool.
Man, Jackal was just like cutting the shit out of everybody. That made my whole back hurt. That's Kalina. That's her name, Kalina.
She saves the day, saves everyone. They go back upstairs, said fuck Bobby. Like literally, they said fuck Bobby. They go upstairs and they have a little moment where she explains everything about the 12 ghosts. Here are 12 ghosts. And Matthew Lillard's like, wait, hang on, 12 ghosts? No, Cyrus said there were 13 ghosts. She's like, 13? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because the 13 ghost is a fail system to stop the Inferno from opening up, the Eye of Hell from opening up.
And basically, everybody is basically against Dennis now.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's his fault that everything happened.
Well, no. They don't think it's his fault that everything happened, but it is revealed that he was helping Cyrus, and they were like, okay, that's a little messed up, but hey, give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, did you know about the fourth ghost, which is your wife? And then Tony Shalhoub is like, okay, fuck this dude.
And like, I'm kind of team Dennis here because I'm like, I didn't know that was your wife. Like,
yeah, I ain't know you.
And then like, I think once he realized that, that's why he was been like, hey, get out. Like, I think we already saw that he had a change of heart. No, but I feel like he was also like a decent person in general.
Yeah,
that
because
was just trying to make a living and was kind of like
you can tell you could tell he's a decent person because he didn't like the idea of sacrificing people to get the Juggernaut ghost in the first place, and he tried to get Arthur out of the house before he even knew who Arthur was. It was just after he knew who Arthur was, he stayed and helped him. At first he was like, hey, you need to get out like I am. I'm bouncing. And then he found out and he was like, well, fuck shit. All right, I need to help you get out. Let's get out.
And you can tell that he's also one of those people who are, you know, they're considered a weirdo because he had this innate talent that is, people are like, oh yeah, you are weird. And the only person that even accepted him, even though he was obviously using it, was Cyrus. So it makes sense. You can tell that he was a decent person all around. He's very likable, even though he could be a little bit crass, but he's also like a very likable character, and which is also another reason why I like Matthew Lillard in his role, because it's almost like he's playing himself but not playing himself at the same time. So I just really like that.
I feel like that's every Matthew Lillard role.
Like
he takes a little bit of himself in every role. Where were we?
Oh, basically talking about how Eric, oh boy, Monk went against, you know, Dennis after revealing the whole thing about his wife being a fourth ghost. Which, yes, I also want to talk about that for a split second because I just want to know how the relationship was between Jean and Arthur for her to be the fourth ghost in particular.
She was the fourth ghost because Cyrus needed Arthur to be the 13th ghost. He basically, to open the Eye of Hell, the 13th ghost has to be a living sacrifice. And old bitch told him that you can stop the Eye of Hell by sacrificing yourself for your children. So in order to get Monk there in the first place and to have him want to sacrifice himself, they took her as a ghost. But as a failsafe, they also took the kids. So he was either going to sacrifice himself to save the mom or to save the kids. Either way, that Eye of Hell was going to open up.
Either way, they literally set him up.
Yeah, big time.
I would feel so bad for my faith to be wrapped up in all of this mess. Only for me to be like, oh, I have to die? No matter what? There's literally no getting out of this? No, thank you.
Right?
But
so
at that point, I think they tried to
go back for Bobby. They remembered Bobby. And they were like, oh shit, he's in the basement. Let's go back down there. So him and Lillard get basically one of the glass walls that's got the spell binding writing on it, and use that as a battering ram for the ghost, which it's kind of funny watching them literally run a ghost into the wall using the glass. I just find it fun because it's one of them like starts attacking. They're just like, nope, we're just going to bulldoze you right into the wall. Bye-bye, ghost.
I do like that aspect in the editing where it's like, you can see how both the effects work with and without the ghost being there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can see that like it's obviously a ghost because the next split second of the scene, they're like someone's up in the air getting their shit torn out of them, and all of a sudden you still see the ghost. So I think I like that aspect of the editing.
You know what I hated
But I
about the
like that
editing
part.
was all the fucking sparks. Why the fuck that when a ghost hits something, sparks happen?
I thought that was cool.
That is not
it was
cool.
ectoplasmic sparks. I don't know. Sparks fly. Sparks fly. I feel like I might die.
Well, Jay loved it. I thought it was stupid.
Oh god, okay. All I
Anywho.
see is sparks. You make my heart go. Bonus points if you know the 2 pop songs I just referenced in that. But anyway.
They go to the basement looking for Bobby. And Bobby ain't nowhere. Bobby ain't nowhere to be found.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. Elizabeth Shannon gets taken out of
You
nowhere.
really
Like,
can't
she
remember
kinda
this
just-
woman's character's name.
No.
It's Kathy. Wait.
No, it's funny. I didn't remember anyone's name except for Dennis.
Oh my.
I remember Dennis's
Is
name.
it because you like Dennis that much?
He was the best person. It was him, and then what was her name? Maggie?
Maggie.
It was him and her. Those were the 2 best people. Everyone else could have died, and I would have been happy.
Oh my god.
Matthew Lillard, Raw Digga, and The House. All 3 of them at the end of the movie. That's all that needed to be. And this movie probably would have got a half star for me. Like, I just notched it up a little bit.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Elizabeth Shannon's gone. Bye-bye, Shannon. Wait, she may have gotten abducted before they went upstairs.
No, she got abducted before because
Yeah, it was
that
right
was like-
after she got attacked by the jackal.
Mhm.
All right.
So-
See, she's so forgettable. I forgot when she got abducted.
Oh my god.
Anywho.
So, yeah.
So they go downstairs looking for the kids. And Maggie and Witch Bitch show up to basically the mechanic part of the house where everything's basically ran.
Maggie and Kalina.
That's what I said, Witch Bitch. And and Maggie turns around and she sees this dead guy walking up to her, like slashed all on his little throat, blood everywhere. And she's like, oh shit, I can actually see this ghost.
This
oh
flare shit ain't working,
The
y'all.
flare's not working like it did with the last ghost. And what does Witch Bitch do? She goes from Witch Bitch to just plain bitch and knocks her upside the head with the book. She was working for Cyrus the whole time.
No, I think she was trying to get some Cyrus dick or something. But that's just me.
Bullshit. Anyway, twist revealed, double twist. You get double twist. Cyrus ain't dead, and Witch Bitch was on his side.
Not gonna lie, I thoroughly did enjoy that twist because I felt like I should have saw it coming from a million miles away. But yeah, I was left shook.
Know what I didn't like? Okay, no, I'm gonna
Here's
get in.
the first part where you realize that Heath didn't like this film. This is the part where we almost fought right after we watched it.
I'm really annoyed by this part, and I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it now. So there's a moment where you get to the final climax where Tony Shalhoub is looking at Cyrus with his glasses on, and he's like, Cyrus, you're here? Wait a minute. And he takes his glasses off, and he's like, you're not dead, and starts beating the shit out of him. So, anywho, fucking Cyrus. Okay, so he faked his own death in like the most elaborate way ever, where like a piece of metal almost cut his head in half. Like he's cleaved in the throat, essentially. But this motherfucker took the time to have his will drawn out, which takes a couple days. Have that sent to his lawyers, another couple days. Have that lawyer go meet Tony Shalhoub, takes another couple days. And then you have hours leading up to the night to get Tony Shalhoub to the house. And then you have all the time with them in the house. So this motherfucker, let's say like, I don't know, 4-5 days at the least. 5 days at the least, is still wearing the exact same goddamn suit and the exact same special effects makeup that made him look dead in the first place for fucking 5 days? Why?
I love a bitch that's committed to theatrics.
That makes no sense.
I love a bitch
It makes no
uh,
sense.
so much commitment to the role.
It makes no
Give
sense.
this man an Oscar
No, it
for
makes
being
no
so committed
sense.
that he
Okay,
waited a
but
whole
why?
week for him to lure his apparently pathetic uncle in or whatever.
No, and that's fine.
And yeah.
And that's fine. But why the makeup? Because it makes no goddamn sense. Because you know who had the glasses? Dennis. He didn't expect Dennis to be there. You know who else had the glasses? Fucking the lawyer. So that would have been one pair of glasses. One pair of glasses in his fucking plan. That means if he did show up and want it to be revealed as a ghost, like kept in secret, like, ooh, I'm a ghost, I'm not actually alive. That means only one person would believe that, and the other people not wearing glasses would be like, hey, how come we can see this ghost? Plan foiled! It makes no goddamn sense!
I mean, if you're trying to be God, what sense that anything has to make? Especially when I'm pretty sure his plan was very close to actually succeeding. So at that point, it's like, oh, I don't have to hide anymore. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
No, it was divine intervention when God looked down and was like, hey, what's going down at that house over there? Someone trying to open the eye of hell. Well, I guess I'll wait a minute. Is that guy wearing special effects makeup for a week? Nope, not letting him open the eyes of hell. That's stupid. You know what? I'm gonna agree with God on this one because that is pretty fucking stupid.
That was a moment. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about Arthur's character a little bit because I feel like his character arc is very pivotal to the final climax of that film, to where he basically is all like, oh crap, I really need to like care about stuff, because you can tell that because of him still reeling from the loss of his wife, which I think was like 6 months prior. So that wound is still, I think it was 6 months because it said 6 months ago. That wound is still very fresh in him. I feel like it kind of caused him to he needed therapy. That's it. He just needed therapy and he hasn't gotten it. And it kind of shows. He felt like he was just stopped caring, that he barely cares about the stuff that he has, or he's kind of just coasting. And I feel like, yeah, I think
I don't
just
think
coasting.
he doesn't care because like he was having a good back and forth with his kids until he's tripped over the scooter and yelled at the kid.
I meant like more so in a way is like he's just like he didn't care about ghosts and shit. He didn't believe it because he's a man, quote unquote, a man of science and all of that, and a man of logic. And then it kind of like took it took a lot for him to actually like.
It took his daughter floating in the air and her clothes ripping for him to go, you know what? Maybe ghosts are real.
Mm-hmm. And also,
which honestly, that's pretty convincing. I would have been convinced.
Yeah, it's convincing and valid, but it's also like it goes to show that I feel like part of this was him having to come to terms with a lot of stuff mentally in his head in order for him to basically just go along with everything. Make sure to like be like, okay, all of this needs to like stop, and for him to just, lead to him wanting to sacrifice himself. That showed that like he does care a lot, and I just really thought that was really cool. That even though it took all of that, it's like him having to realize it's like, oh, is it going to be me or the kids? So yeah, for him to, and he was willing to sacrifice himself.
Yeah,
he was very willing to sacrifice himself, and that also shows that I felt like he didn't really have that much to live for because of the fact that he didn't really have much going on after his wife died. Like one of his main reasons for living, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as putting it bluntly as possible. Yeah.
So Cyrus's plan was about to work. He was about to sacrifice himself. Mm-hmm. But Cyrus makes dumbass decision number 2 to walk from downstairs in the basement to upstairs just to watch things play out. And because he fucking does that, Monk turns around and goes, wait, is that Uncle Cyrus? Hang on, you're not dead. What the fuck, dude? Just stay downstairs.
He's you basically mean to tell me that he could have been a man of God and peace. He could have became a God in peace.
Yeah, he would have been. He would have won. The bad guy would have won if he didn't if he would have just stayed downstairs.
Yeah.
Stupid villain. Stupid villain.
One thing I do another thing I enjoy about this film, the special effects were pretty freaking cool. It was a good mix of CGI and practical effects, and even though you can tell that this is the 2000s movie, I thought that machine was really cool and really awesomely done for a mid 2000s movie. That I don't know how they got the money for this budget, but okay. But I just thought that was really cool. Seeing the machine break and all of that, and all of the effects that went into that scene, especially seeing Rod Digger just being like, I thought she died.
No, she lives.
I thought she died.
Maggie
because
lives.
She was blown so far back when that machine blew up, and I was like, oh my gosh. Hey, also shout out to her for basically saving the day at the last minute, because black women do everything and have to do everything, and she was messing around with the controls just to fuck shit up. What they should have been done.
Yeah, had no idea what she was doing. She was just like, I'm pulling levers and I'm gonna break shit. I'm
gonna break something. This machine's gonna go down. And that was also what led to the chance for Monk to save his kids. At least one of them, anyway.
He saved both of them.
No, I mean for his kids. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's talk about that sacrifice, though. That squish.
The squish?
When Cyrus squished Kalina.
Oh, that was pretty
gruesome.
Cool. Yeah, there was a moment where the walls start caving in, and he just says, "Bye, Kalina,"
and she just crushes her. I'm like,
there was cool, there was really bad kills. Don't get me wrong. I think Matthew Lillard's death was kind of anticlimactic and a little stupid. But the lawyer death and Kalina's death was pretty cool.
I think it was Dennis's death was meant to be more emotional,
but it wasn't.
Then because you can tell that he was trying to. You can tell that they were trying to finish his character arc and have his character arc finish him basically sacrificing himself so Arthur can go sacrifice himself. It was like a sacrifice before the sacrifice, and then because Ghost House, his character comes back.
I do like that. That's the one aspect of this movie I did like, was they kind of rounded his character arc a little bit. Because as a human, he's neurotic, he's panicky, he takes medicine, he's kind of all over the fucking place. He's on cocaine the entire time. As a ghost, he's calm, cool, collected. His voice is very monotone. He feels at peace, and I think that's because he's no longer a psychic. He no longer has voices in his head. He no longer sees fucked up shit when he touches things.
Everything is so quiet.
Yeah, so I did kind of enjoy that. That was good job.
I think honestly, I feel like the movie was written for Matthew Lillard, because everything was. I feel like all of the good aspects of this film, besides the production design, because the production design is A1, was all of the script was, I felt like it was made for him, and Tony Shalhoub was just kind of thrown into the mix.
He's phoning it in. You can kind of tell he's just there for a paycheck.
Yeah, and this was before Monk too, so I'm like...
It was right before Monk too.
I think no one really knew who he was.
He was on Wings!
I didn't watch Wings.
Oh yeah, that's right. I am white.
I don't watch Wings.
Anyway,
it's like if it was Jag, if it was on Jag, I probably would have recognized him, but not Wings.
You actually watched Jag?
My family loved Jag back when I was little.
Dude, my dad did too.
Jag, West Wing, a lot of those shows they liked for some weird reason, but they'll watch Jag all the time.
Anywho, so the machine breaks, Monk saves the day, and Maggie lives. She actually lived. She made it through the end of the movie.
I thought that was funny because it felt like the movie was gonna end, and then it's oh yeah, by the way, Maggie still exists. And I feel you. I am going back home. This is some bullshit. Unless you're gonna give me one hell of a raise, this is some bullshit. And also, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I just hate the fact that they are out of money though. Cause I'm like, Cyrus, where's the money that you were supposed to give them though? That you were dying with? Because I would have been like, hey, I just need the money so I can like, pay off my past due bills and like and get over my wife dying. Like,
Yeah, that does kind of suck when you really think about the end of the movie. They went through all this shit just to go back to their shit existence.
yeah, just go back to their regular existence, maybe with a better sense of like, oh, appreciation for life. But
What kind of life are you appreciating?
exactly, like I have no beautiful home anymore. That was a ghost house, a literal fucking machine, and
It's like back in the day going to Vietnam just to come back to people throwing rocks at you.
I would have been so mad. I was like,
It's like, oh yeah, I went through hell. Now I appreciate life. Oh yeah, life is throwing rocks at me.
and the fact that Cyrus went and tried to run himself into that damn thing just for him to get chopped up, and I'm like,
He didn't run into it. The ghost picked him up and hauled his ass.
oh
in
yeah,
there.
you're right. The ghost did pick him up, and I'm like, but you couldn't tell me where you had any more money. Honestly, death be damned. I would have took that little bit of coin that the lawyer had and ran.
They didn't know about it though.
I would have picked it up the minute I saw it.
Did they see it?
They noticed that he was him, but I don't think they saw the money. But like, if I would have noticed the money there, I would have grabbed it.
It was Maggie and Witch Bitch.
If I was Maggie, I would have grabbed that money and like be like, all right, put that in my pocket.
Yo, she was still at the end of the movie. She was still in the house. It was falling apart around her, but she was still in the house.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chance she did pick up the money.
I hope she
so
did. I
hopefully
really
Maggie
hope
got a
did.
happy ending.
I hope she got the money.
Headcanon, Maggie had a happy ending. No, it's another weird thing about the end of the movie. It shows all the ghosts leaving the house and dissipating. And you're like, oh, good for them. They're set free. Wait a minute. Every last ghost, except for a few, but there were quite a few ghosts that were fucking murderers, psychopathic killers. There was a ghost that was a serial killer even when he was a ghost.
There was a lot of them that should have been like, I don't know.
Maybe kept in the prison?
Kept in a prison, ectoplasmically, like, vaporized or something, sent to, Danny Phantom's Ghostiverse. I don't know.
Yeah, the Phantom Zone.
The Phantom Zone. Like, they should have gone to that. Like,
Danny Phantom.
Gotta catch him all because he's Danny Phantom.
Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the movie.
Yeah, no, other than all that we talked about, there's honestly not much to talk about.
This
like,
movie didn't have a whole lot going on.
It was basically just like, it was there.
Yeah.
David, this is like, when I say mid, this is mid. Like, it was, I agree, it was entertaining, and I feel like there's a certain charm to it. You don't get much substance out of it until look at the special features. But you're right, there was a lot of potential for an amazing film to come out, and I think it's gimmicky.
Yeah, this movie deserves a remake, even though it's a remake of an original film.
I mean, White Christmas got 3 remakes, might as well.
Did it?
2 remakes.
I don't even think I've seen White Christmas.
I mean, Black Christmas, I'm sorry.
Black Christmas? I've seen Black Christmas. I've seen all of them.
Yeah, like Black Christmas got like a crap ton of remakes.
And they're all different too. Every last one is different.
I'm like, 13 Ghosts could get a spin in 2021.
Can you imagine like James Wan or Lee Winnell doing 13 Ghosts?
Oh my, no, Jordan Peele. I always gonna say Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele or Nia DaCosta, that team. Actually, okay, so Jordan Peele's team. I think he would have taken this and just went head over heels, turned everything on his head.
See, I think Jordan Peele's better with like a thematic theme, where James Wan and Lee Winnell take concepts. So like Jordan Peele, every time you watch his movies, you leave it going, okay, I understand the topical message that was going towards this. Where Lee Winnell and James Wan kind of world build, and this movie deserves a world building aspect.
I feel like this deserves a series.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a mini series or something,
like a 13 Ghost Witch Hunt style series.
Like, if 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo got the episodes it deserved, it will be similar to this.
They did a 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
Was Big Titty Ghost in it?
No. Like, the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, it was like an old, like, I think 1990s, 80s series that, they were dealing with, like, 13 ghosts or whatever, and, like, everything coming out of a chest, like a chest that was like a ghostly chest. And they had to basically like capture ghosts and stuff. And I don't think it ever got finished. And then there was like a movie that tied everything up with that. That was like years old. That like 20 years later. I think that was released in 2020 about it. And I'm like, I wish that would have been cool if you taken something like that and turned it into like a limited series. Like this movie could do well in a limited series.
Yeah.
Now, like on HBO Max. Hell, maybe even on Amazon.
Or like Netflix. Like just go ahead and stream a full season.
It's something bingeable. I think that'll work. So,
Oh yeah.
Other than that, I don't really have any final thoughts. All I got is vibes.
Yeah, vibes. What would you rate it?
No thoughts. Just vibes. 2.5. Like I will rate it straight down the middle. Just
Really?
mid, completely mid.
What's funny is, I feel like you like this movie a hell of a lot more than I did. And I'm also rating it a 2.5.
I find it charming, but I'm also a Paula Abdul, and I need to be more like Randy Jackson.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Simon Cowell, and I can tell that this is it's hot garbage. But it's like, okay, so it's like a garbage truck. The garbage in the truck is not that entertaining. Hell, even the truck itself isn't entertaining. You light that bitch on fire, you kind of could watch that.
It's like watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
Except, without the actual wreck.
And like
just train.
A train, yeah. You're just sitting there watching a train drive.
I mean, like,
look at the graffiti on that one, and it's gone.
Yeah, I like the performances. I like the story building, and I just think I got a good time out of it. And it was a popcorn movie, like popcorn movie with substance that could have been expanded upon.
Yeah,
but you only it's like you expand upon it in the special features.
Yeah, or just go to YouTube and look up the 13 ghosts, like the Black Zodiac and the backstory and all that, because that's the best part of this movie is the lore behind all of it.
And I just wish Rodriguez did more movies, because like she could have been one of those cool horror girlies that was been in the same vein as like Regina Hall. Regina Hall in the scary movie films.
Is it Hall or is it King?
Regina King is she's the one who did
Which
Watchmen.
Which one's Riley on?
Regina King
is Riley on Boondocks?
I think they're both on. Honestly, I want to say it's Regina King that voiced Riley, but I want to say they're both on there.
All right.
Actually, I think they're both on there. But girl, the Reginas, I feel like they can body some horror.
Yeah,
that's just me though.
Just name your children Regina; they'll do great in this world.
They'll do great in the movie world.
All right, well, I think we're done.
Okay, I don't have anything. I only say watch it for the funs, watch it for the lulz.
Yeah.
If you want any substance, look on YouTube. But watch it for the lulz, get high, put this on, and Netflix and chill, whatever.
Honestly, I might have liked this more if I was high. I think the editing wouldn't be that big of a deal if I was high.
I agree.
Also, I agree with my agree.
If you really want to like go, kind of delve into it, if you are epileptic or prone to seizures or light sensitive,
do not watch this.
Please don't
movie.
watch this film, because you're
Holy
gonna have
shit.
It's gonna be sensory overload from like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, there should definitely be like a warning, and this is that Pokemon episode times 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
without the colors, but all the flashing lights.
Jesus.
But
right.
Anyway, just like follow us on YouTube, follow us on our socials. Please, please, please rate us on Spotify, rate us on Podchaser. We are desperate for people to engage with our stuff. Or at least I am. I like engagement. Heath just likes numbers.
Well, no, it's not that. I'm not desperate. If y'all want to engage. If you don't, that's cool. I understand. I'm shy on the internet too. I don't even do the internet. I watch things and that's it. I don't like videos. I don't comment on videos. I just watch videos. So I get there's people out there. So if you don't interact, that's cool or whatever. But there are times like this with 13 Ghosts where I want to know if you agree with Jay, it's really entertaining, or if you agree with me, it's hot garbage yet entertaining. Things like that. Or like, for
less
example,
entertaining, more charming.
more charming. Or for example, like, what do you think we should do what do you think we should have done for a haunted house month? Things like that, because if you tell us what movies you think of when you think of haunted house, that gives us ideas for future episodes.
And it gives us, like, it makes you wonder, like, how much can you turn on the subject of a haunted house? What is considered a haunted house? What's considered haunted? What's considered a house?
Yeah, and it just lets us know that we have people out there. I mean, we can look at the views and tell that there are people watching, which is great. If you're watching this, thank you so much. But just interact. It helps us out, and yeah. And please like, share, rate, because that also helps us out.
Mm-hmm.
If you still want episodes like this, please do all the shits and giggles.
On YouTube, all of our social medias, we'll have a link tree on the description below on YouTube and on our social medias as well. And just, yeah, I can't wait for, what is it? The last episode of our Haunted House Month?
I'm actually really excited about this because this is one of my favorite goofy horror movies, and Jay has never seen it.
I've never... Go figure. I've never seen it, of course. And I'm excited for this one because I like certain forms of media, and I think this is gonna be fun. It's Japanese media, and I'm really big fan of Japanese media, so I'm excited to watch it. What is it? What's the name of it?
It is Houseu. It is a 1977 Japanese horror film.
And it's gonna be awesome! So stay tuned for next week, y'all.
Guys, he has no idea what he's gonna watch next week.
Oh, dear God.
So, anyway, in the meantime, I've been Heath.
And I've been Jay.
And this has been Host of Horrors.
Woo! Woo!